Hello, I am Scop, and I want to talk to you about the Steam Deck bricking SD cards, or potentially bricking SD cards. I ran into this issue when trying to make a video about something else, and while using KDE Partition Manager, as I didn't want this card to be used by Steam for games, the card's original partition deleted successfully, but then hung on creating the new partition. This was a 200GB SanDisk Ultra. This was fairly new and had been used previously in my SD card testing videos, so it had only run a few benchmarks and I'd played Crash Bandicoot basically a couple of times. So, as far as I was aware, this was a completely healthy card. I fired up my Windows PC afterwards and tried the SD card formatter, but this failed with errors, and this normally works when there's problems with FT cards. And that was unsuccessful, so I tried using dist part and did a clean and deleted some partitions, still wouldn't do anything. And then went back to Linux and tried a few other things. Again, nothing. I was pretty confident that I could recreate this issue with another card, so I decided to sacrifice an old generic 4GB SDHC card. However, I couldn't recreate this issue, so I decided to try with a Kingston 64GB SDXC, just in case it was due to the type, because I know the XCs show some errors on login. I still couldn't recreate this issue. And finally, just in case it was a brand thing, I tried a SanDisk Extreme 64GB, and again, still no brickage. However, all three did show errors whilst trying to do the formatting. My original thought was that the Steam Deck has some sort of daemon or background process running that automatically mounts SD cards. This is why when you try to unmount the card, like here, it then remounts straight away, and you keep trying, it just keeps remounting. So you have to go to KDE Partition Manager and unmount there, and even then it might have even remounted without me realizing. So there could be some sort of conflict happening there. I'm pretty sure cards don't tend to like being mounted when when you're trying to format them. So that could be one potential issue. I do not know, but like I say, I could not create this with the other three cards, so I'm not sure. So I could have just been unlucky with my 200 gig SanDisk card, or perhaps the deck has issues with the strangely decimal 200 and 400 gigabytes SanDisk cards. So if anyone out there is watching and has bricked their SD cards, please let me know in the comments what type and what capacity, and then perhaps we can find something out. And if you happen to have just bricked your card, and this is why you're looking at this video, you could try running this command to look at the logs, and these logs might be very useful. I was too late checking my logs because it happened a few days ago, and a friend pointed this out, and I just wasn't in time. My logs start about 20 minutes after I did this, so I'm out of luck with that. Okay, this is fucked. Bum eggs.